What's going on, guys? Jack here from Just Decoded. I break down body language and non-verbal communication to find out what people are truly saying and thinking. Cardi B was recently involved in an altercation with a security guard. To what extent, we're not 100% sure, which is why it had to go to trial. The security guard is claiming that Cardi B scratched her, leaving her with a scar that needed plastic surgery. Cardi B is obviously denying that. So today, we're going to break down the body language, uncover any hidden truths, and I'm going to point out a few things that I think you might have missed. Quick side note, if you want to learn how to read body language and also how to display body language to control the conversation, lead the room, and uncover any potential lies and deception from others, then I've just dropped a free 30-day email and mini course, links in the description. And with that being said, let's jump right into the video.
When you saw Miss Imani Ellis and you got out of the elevator, not asking who did what, I'm asking was there any contact between you and her of any kind? What that means is fingers to fingers.
So right off the bat, we've seen lots of lip licking and rolling her lips across each other. So when we're in stressful situations, we actually have a reduction in saliva production in the mouth, so it dries out. In turn, we tend to lick our lips and do this kind of behavior to essentially rehydrate and moisten the lips. This would obviously make sense as she's on trial, but yeah, just typical behavior, nothing too out of the ordinary.
Shoes to shoes, knees to knees, any contact between you and Imani Ellis of any kind, was there, yes or no?
No.
So she didn't touch you, correct?
No.
So if somebody comes here and testifies that she did do something to you physically, you disagree with that testimony, or you will, correct?
She didn't touch me.
Okay.
She didn't get to touch me, no.
So notice the rubbing of the neck there. It's a self-soothing and pacifying behavior. We often do this to reduce stress or anxiety when in kind of high pressure situations. The reason we do this is there's lots of nerve endings in the neck, specifically the vagus nerve. And when rubbing that and kind of stimulating the nerves, it actually reduces anxiety and any stress that we might be feeling.
Going to touch me, but she didn't get to touch
When
me.
you say she was going to touch you, how do you know that? You
Because
assume?
we were chest to chest at one point.
So then your chest did touch, right?
I'll say that, but you did say when I got off the elevator,
Okay.
we
So if we just reload that real quick.
Your chest did touch, right?
I'll say that, but you.
So we saw a quick glance up, which is typical when we're trying to think of something and, just retrieve information, but we also saw a deep exhale at the exact same time. So in this context, I see it as a sign of being uncomfortable and also a sign of disapproval for the question, as I think she's aware the guy asking it clearly has an agenda and is trying to push her into a certain narrative.
But you did say when I got off the elevator.
Okay.
So now as she enters into her own question, you can see the eyebrows raise. We do this when we want to bring attention to our face and attention to what we're saying. Also coupled with the pointing finger, universally recognized as a bit of a confrontational gesture, as she's clearly trying to swing a bit of authority back on the gentleman.
We walked a little bit. That's when we got chest to chest. When we got off the elevator, we didn't do no contact.
I understand. So here's how we're going to do this. The date of the incident is February 24th of 2018. Do you agree?
Yes.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the whole day. Not just the minute you got off the elevator. When I say the whole day.
Quick roll of the eyes there. The reason I point it out is because there's going to be a lot more of it, and there's also going to be a lot more of just looking up to think. So it's going to be important to distinguish between the two.
The moment you got off the elevator, you saw Imani Ellis, you had your fight with her, whether it was verbal or not. At some point, she went away and you went away.
Mm-hmm.
So during that segment of time of your life, which was how many minutes in your opinion? 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute?
It was probably like a minute 45. It was so quick.
Perfect.
It was really quick.
Perfect. So from during the 1 minute and 45 seconds.
No. I didn't say 1 minute 45
we
seconds.
haven't had a question yet. Please phrase one that's intelligible.
During the few minutes or 1 minute or whatever minutes it was that you were with Imani Ellis, during that period of time of your life and her life, during that segment, just told us now, during that time period, at some point, you were chest to chest. You agree?
Yes.
There was physical contact between her chest and your chest, correct?
Yes.
Now, when you had the chest-to-chest contact, at that moment, were you angry?
I was mostly nervous.
Were you angry?
Yes, I was angry.
How angry were you?
Depends on the level of angry, to
Right.
be honest with you.
Let's talk about the levels. I'm going to go from a scale of 1 to 10. On the scale of 1 to 10, what was the level of your anger when you were chest to chest with this person?
Objection.
On the date of the incident.
Sorry. Objection taken. Ridiculous.
15.
You were at a high level of anger when you...
A few things happened there in a short space of time. First one I want to point out is the frequent flicking of the hair. If the hair was actually in her face, it makes more sense. But it's never in her face, it's happened like 3 to 4 times now. So this is what we call ventilating behaviours. You see it in all different forms, obviously the flicking of the hair. Often a common one is pulling of the shirt, kind of letting that air get in. The reason we do this is when we're feeling hot and flustered, it's a subconscious way of cooling ourselves down. So that's something you're going to see a lot more of too. Also for the next bit, I'm just going to reload it.
Chest to chest with this person.
Objection.
On the date of the incident.
Sorry. Objection taken. Ridiculous.
So we get the eye roll, automatically followed by the eyes shutting, kind of being held shut, followed by a squint like this. This falls under eye blocking behaviour. It's a primitive way of distancing ourselves from the situation and usually happens at the same time someone's seen something they don't like or have heard something they don't like. The eye squinting would also lean into this, but we do squint our eyes when we're trying to think, so it's probably a bit of that going on too.
You were at a high level of anger when you were chest to chest with her, correct?
Objection. Recommended.
Overruled.
I don't think I was like on a high level of angry. I was more on a high level of concern. Very concerned.
And why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl's about to beat my... Hello?
Hello. Hello, I'm here.
Throughout the whole trial, Cardi B did a really good job of keeping composure and maintaining calm, but there's definitely a few segments where for a brief moment she slightly loses her cool. And I do believe this is one of them. As humans, we all have a freeze, flight or fight mechanism. Typically when we're feeling heightened aggression or anger, our eyes widen like this. And that's just what we saw from Cardi B. She's also leant forwards as she's making that statement. And you're gonna see in a moment very quickly, boom, snaps back into it, maintains composure. But you can definitely see the emotion kind of spilling out there.
So when she was going to beat you, like you just testified, what did she do to have you believe that she was going to beat you? What did she do?
She was on my face, chest to chest, and while we arguing, she's backing me. So we practically arguing, and I'm backing, and she's like walking forward.
Right. And she's, you said she's bigger than you, is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
I'm looking, I don't agree with that. What is your basis? Are you saying she's physically bigger, she's taller?
I mean,
Again, snaps back into it. You can almost see the exact moment it switches in her head.
you have her medical records,
I don't
right?
have anything. I want to ask you the question.
I mean, I was 130 pounds at that time.
So she's overweight?
So I mentioned a minute ago about the hair flicking being a ventilating behaviour, and that is often the case. But another reason we do this, mostly women, is impression management and preening behaviour. So I do think in this moment it was more performative. You always have to couple the body language with what's being said in the moment. What is the whole context to the situation? She was talking about how she was 130 pounds, and she's kind of flicking her hair, giving a little smile. So yeah, I think she's very aware she's on camera and aware she has to leave a good impression.
Right? In your opinion?
Objection. Relevant.
15.
She's a little...
You don't need to answer me.
Okay. Did you make fun of her that she was overweight when you were there in the hallway?
I don't think so.
Did you call her fat?
No, I was calling her a... Yes.
Do you think that's respectful to call a security guard a bitch?
Objection.
Sustained.
Relevant.
Is that how you talk to everybody?
Objection.
Assisting.
Now, you said you felt, I don't know the words, let's go back to it. Did you feel scared, threatened, afraid at the moment your chest was touching?
Absolutely.
You were scared?
When a person's feeling tension, small capillaries in the nose can dilate slightly, which leads to kind of a itchy and tingly sensation. So that little brush of the nose we just saw from her, clearly a sign that she's feeling tense.
Absolutely.
And you had your cell phone on you, right?
I did, but
Good.
she's in my face.
That's fine. Did
Just
you?
focus on the
Behavior clusters are always more reliable than individual behaviors on their own. What's happening at the same time? So we're seeing her often shaking her head as she's shrugging her shoulders like this, a very much a nonverbal cue of, I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you use your cell phone to call Karan Newton, your security guard, who was downstairs, or the police?
Objection.
Did you call anybody?
Vague and ambiguous.
For help.
Aye.
overrule.
When I got inside the doctor's office and I said like on the little bed thing, I told him, yo, you wouldn't even believe what just happened. Meet me downstairs when I leave. I'm gonna call you when I leave.
If you were really scared and really afraid, isn't it true that you could have called your security guards to come upstairs and help you? Or you could have called the police. That was a possibility because you had your phone in your hand, correct?
Objection. Compound mischaracterizes the testimony for photos and data.
Assisting.
You had your phone in your pocket on the date of the incident?
Objection. Relevance.
Assisting.
Can we agree that you didn't call your security guard to help you after the incident, correct? To help you. You did call him, but you didn't call him to come upstairs.
I apologize. I thought it was mischaracterizes the testimony.
Overrule.
You know.
I didn't call him to help me. It was already done. It was done.
So she hasn't used a great deal of hand movements throughout the trial, but whenever she does, she often does open palms. Now, whenever we show our palms, that's perceived as being open and trustworthy. Hey, I have nothing to show, nothing to hide. Whereas the polar opposite, when we're showing the back of our hands, subconsciously it's perceived as more closed off and less trustworthy.
Okay, now let's talk about the fingernails. Okay, fingernails.
Something new?
Well, I want to show a couple of things about the fingernails. So this side of the ruler, okay, is 2 centimeters. You need me to bring it closer, or can you see it from there?
Objection, Your Honor. You went over this yesterday.
I'm sorry.
2 centimeters.
Overrule.
You know the size of 2 centimeters? How big it is?
As an answer, yes.
I have like an understanding of how it would be. Yeah.
2 centimeters. It's a little bit less than an inch. Okay? Now, Miss Imani Ellis had a scar to her face of 2 centimeters long, and she received plastic surgery for that. And my question to you is, did you at any time see a scar on Miss Imani Ellis's face, or a cut, or a scrape, at any time during the time of the incident?
No. And she couldn't get a scratch from me because I didn't touch her.
I understand that's what you're saying. I get it.
I'm definitely seeing an increase in the blink rate. This often happens when we're feeling heightened negative emotions, so like anxiety, discomfort, worry, dread, anything along those lines. But again, you have to pair it with what's happening at the time. So they're talking specifically about the scraping incident where apparently she cut her with her nail. Interesting.
Did you look at Miss Imani Ellis's left cheek at any time during the incident? Did you specifically look for that because you thought there might be a scar on her face? Or did you not look?
Objection. Compound and relevance.
Assisting.
Just saw a tightening of the glabella. The glabella is the bit between the eyebrows. We're going to scrunch it together when we're not in favour of what's being said.
Did you
or just starting to feel any kind of negative emotion. And that just about wraps it up for this video. Super interesting. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Just again, quick reminder, I do have a free 30-day email mini course, links in the description if you want to learn how to read body language and also display good body language to control the room, control conversations, and just be your best self. But yeah, with that being said, take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one.